Sorry, it's been a few days since I posted any video. I have been posting in the community portion of my channel with text of our daily post about Colin's condition. Unfortunately there, I can't upload any of his videos, so if you want to see his daily condition, you either follow Pat Rogers or you follow me, Clay Rogers. Generally, Pat posts her medical updates daily, and she's got a lot more positive take on things than I do, so I copy hers and then I add to it with my own. If you want to see drama, criminal activity, Facebook BS that people do with their bleeding heart, BS crap, standing on high horses, trying to get light onto their things, you definitely want to follow me because I post all of this outside stuff. Pat posts all the inside stuff about Colin, the heartfelt stuff that some people are here for, his recovery. Mine is more about reality outside of the hospital room. If you want positivity, you definitely want to read Pat's stuff that's going on in the outside part of this whole fiasco. Generally, my post will cover them fiascos. So today's video, we're going to talk about, first and foremost, Colin's condition. Second, we're going to talk about Colin's YouTube channel that we thought was stolen, that had 87,000 followers. Third, we're going to talk about me being kicked out of Facebook groups because of a post that I made that stirred up a lot of controversy about the passing of one of the mothers of the criminals that did this. Talk about a rally that's happening the 24th of August that we need massive amount of participation in, and I mean massive. We need a lot of people there. Anybody who's been touched by this story. Colin's condition is incremental, tiny incremental improvement. He was wide open eyes. I came in this morning, he was wide awake, and then he raised both of his arms halfway up his chest when he seen me and heard my voice. So that's good. Tiny parts of him are definitely getting better, and that's very, very good. These are, you know, you look at them as great improvements. I look at them as very subtle improvements. On the coma scale, he was first recognized as a 3, then he went to a 4, now he's at a 7. So out of 30, 7 or 8 out of 30 is good, but it's not great. Okay, so Colin had a YouTube channel. Most people didn't know he had it. He had about 87,000 followers. Then that dropped down to about 77,000 followers. This guy took over his channel and deleted all of his videos. And we thought it was intentional at first, but I'm not sure what the story is. He's saying he bought it on a crypto account, but he didn't start using it till July 20th or something like that, which was well into a month and a half after Colin was in the ICU. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we're gonna buy the channel back from the guy because we want our son's voice. I don't know if the guy did it or not, and I can't say for certain that he did or he didn't. Maybe it was something that him and Colin had planned. You know, there's a lot of questions there, but I don't have time to deal with that mishmash. I just want my son's voice back. I want somewhere to go to listen to him talk. Much like if I was gone, Pat wouldn't want somebody stealing my channel and deleting all my content because she would want to have that forever. That's that. Next thing that happened was I got kicked out of a group called Cedar Springs Strong. Cedar Springs is a town that's just east of us, about 10 miles. They have about 10,000 followers in that group, or maybe it was 7,000. I don't know, but so how it works is daily, me and Pat posts a progress report for Colin. Then I take that progress report and I copy it. Then I add what's going on in the outside world of the hospital with all of this stuff. We've done this since day one, since July 17th, maybe 18th, because it started July 15th. But we did it twice a day, once a day, and people were getting tired of seeing these posts every day. Some people really enjoyed it. I mean, most people really enjoy it because they want to see Colin get better and they would love to see that. Other people were getting annoyed by it. Obviously, my intention is to annoy the criminals' families that did this to Colin. I want them to see his face everywhere, and I do not want their kids to get away with this crap. I was fully aware that other people's lives were still going on around mine, but nobody was negative towards what we were doing. But then, of course, the armor started getting a little bit thin, and the administrators of these groups were getting irritated because they had things that happened in their lives that Colin's situation and story was overtaking theirs, and ours were getting a lot more fanfare and followers than theirs were. So that creates a jealousy type situation. And then that creates, wait a second, we can't get rid of this guy unless we find a reason. Well, I didn't mean to give him a reason, but I guess I did. About a week ago, I had posted a picture of the obituary for the woman who was the mother of the passenger of the car that was deceased. To point out, this was a public obituary posted on the internet, not something that I created. I just took information that I found that was about an adult. I didn't even post link to the obituary, just a picture of the obituary. Some people didn't like that. They thought that that was a terrible, heinous thing to do. You know, they acted like I picked up a kid and drug him 2.5 football fields while he screamed for his life for over 32 seconds. That me posting a picture of a dead woman's obituary was worse than that. Well, no. I'm sorry. I don't have any sympathy or empathy. I felt terrible. You remember in videos past, I had mentioned that I felt bad for the mother because mothers are usually caring. They would not allow or want their children to ever do anything similar to this. But yet these kids did. I did not know at the time that the mother was deceased, okay? So I don't think that my posting her tombstone or a picture of her obituary was a negative thing. She's dead. I'm sorry. She's passed. And I'm sure that no matter where she's looking on from, she is probably not very pleased with her son's actions. Now, we could all argue that if she would have been in the home, maybe these actions wouldn't have happened. But they did happen. I'm living this every day. So get off your high horse. If you don't like that I'm willing to go to them links, I could have burnt down their house. I could have went out and killed these people. I could have said their names months ago. I did none of that. None of it. So I did the only thing that I felt I could do and legally get away with. And even if I don't, even if they say, hey, you can't do that because of some whatever, something, I don't know what they could do. They'll just be charging me for that. And I hope that doesn't happen. I never considered it a crime, but whatever. I mean, I'm moving on. So you kick me out of your groups, and you actually do it because my son's situation is taken away from your child's situation, which I had no idea about because I don't run around and listen to everybody else's situations and all the other lives that are going on because I'm only focused on mine. I know that sounds terrible, but right now I haven't had time to think about anything but my life, my child in the hospital. And I know everybody else's lives are going on, but my life is not going on. My life has stopped, okay? My life has been, I don't even think turned around or flipped upside down is a good characterization of what has happened in my life. My channel is suffering. My bank account suffers because of this. And I just don't have much empathy for somebody's mother that's dead from somebody's terrible son that's a savage animal. Only thing I feel empathy for is that I know she was a mother, and I'm sure she would not have condoned any of this. Okay? And I'm sure if her son, if this had happened to her son and my wife was dead, she would have done the same thing I did. She probably would have done a lot more. They probably would have sent a group of individuals over to my house to kill me and my family. A lot of people would have done that. And a lot of people would have agreed with them actions. But I didn't do any of that. So what I did was a lot less worse than what I could have done. Okay? So, Community Strong, Jennifer Brinks, and Darren Gibson, eat a dick. I don't care. You're wrong. Period. Point blank. You're condoning the actions of animals and savages. And I wouldn't even wish this on your children, even after you condone this. But you're going to find a situation in your life that karma will come back and bite you in the ass for what you've done to me and my family. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I kind of feel bad for you. I really do, because it's kind of sad. So, after a couple of days of not being able to post in Community Strong, I wrote all of the moderators of the channel this message. First, let me say that the reason that I am not able to post is because I posted an obituary photo of the mother that passed away on November 30th of 2021. It was the last photo in 25 that I did not share, but I did not share a link to the public obituary. I didn't post it because I wanted to defame the mother. I had other intentions. As a matter of fact, in the episode, I believe 6 or 7, my video, I speak about the mother and how terrible she must feel about the children's actions at the time that I had no idea she was actually deceased. Here's my issue. I have absolutely no sympathy for the families of the people who did this. And the biggest part of this that most people do not know is the vehicle belonged to the passenger family, which I honestly believe was the driver. That's another story entirely, folks. It doesn't matter if he was the driver or the passenger. I would like to see somebody go to prison for a very long time. Obviously, the family of the passenger was an ongoing problem in taking the car without permission. But I would think if this happened 10 or 15 times, you kind of get giving him permission because you're not stopping him from doing it. They call that in the legal system negligent entrustment. An obituary is public information. I was not sharing the information that was not easily searchable by the public. Cedar Springs Community Strong has treated me like the criminal, and I am not a criminal, and I deserve to be treated. These people deserve much harsher words I've ever posted in any of my posts, and I should not be punished severely for what they've done. I would appreciate Cedar Springs Strong not making the victimizers the victims, because let me tell you, they are certainly not victims. They are criminals. They are savages, and they deserve to rot in jail. Although they will get absolutely nothing. If I make them feel bad, well, trust me, I can guarantee you 100% without a doubt, daily, I look at my son, who is pretty much a vegetable, while these family members go out to parties, have good times, enjoy their summers, and get to go back to school, to work, and carry on with their daily lives. So I would appreciate a little bit of respect from the community. Removing me is just saying it's okay for them to do what they did. And basically, it's complicated for some of you to understand. The reason that I am constantly posting these every day in so many different groups is so I make sure that they have to see my son's face every day. Do you think that I like doing this? ? Do you think that I like constantly repeating the same thing over and over while I'm living it as well? I went on to say I would appreciate it if you would get off your high horses and consider other reasons why I do the things I do, because it's not about you. It's about your family, your children's futures. And this unfathomable for you to imagine how I feel, but try to consider how you would feel if this was your child. I'm not only working for my child, I'm working for yours as well. So immediately I get a response from one of the administrators. There was about 5. One of them responded very quickly telling me that she was on my side. I deleted her name from the posting of the pictures of the names of the other administrators. Later that evening, I got another message from a guy named Darren. A vote was taken by the administrators. You're now banned from Cedar Springs Community Strong. Get the mental help you need, and do not ever contact any of the administrators ever again, or we will be having a conversation with law enforcement. I laughed at him. he told me I needed to get help. Well, I just thought that was kind of funny, and I left it for what it was. I was like, well, I don't need your group anyways. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. But then this morning I get this message. Given I haven't said anything else other than my post, I'm assuming people started messaging these folks because of their characters. But none of them, other than Darren Gibson and Jennifer Brinks, messaged me back. That was the smart thing, because in this video I don't talk about the other people because they didn't hold anything against me. Apparently it was just these two that were butthurt about something that I have no idea. Never publicly insulted these people. Never had anything against them prior to this situation, from them not allowing me to post on their community page. Nothing against them. Didn't even say anything, just said, hey, this is kind of messed up. But that's all I said, and I never named names until yesterday when all of this happened. Now I'm naming names. So then I get another message from Miss Jennifer Brinks. Insulting people is not the way to get people to see your side. I'm not on any high horse. This is the problem. You're not just angry at the people who did this to your son. You're angry at everyone. I did nothing to your son except pray for him and let you insult me privately and publicly. It's not okay. You will not contact me again, and I will be filing harassment charges for the public post you made on your Facebook page. I will continue to pray for your son because I am clearly a better person than you. As far as being angry to people, I'm not angry with anybody. I'm not even angry with you, Jennifer, or Darren. You are just people who want attention, that need attention, and I don't need it because I already get it. I work hard, but I'm not thirsty. So the people that are watching this that don't like what I did or the way that I'm handling it, you're not going to watch my channel anymore. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Nor do I want to. I don't want you here unless you want to learn things and be helpful and help other people. I've been doing this for 6 years, and before this happened, you don't even know. I walked this earth to genuinely help people, and I'm still going to walk this earth to help people, regardless of how hard you are on me, because I try to do it the way that I want to do it. That's why it's called the Clay Way. Personally, no one has stuck up for these people. These are the only two people that I have ever heard really any negativity from, with the exception of the passenger or driver making a post on one of our media presentations and over our Facebook. Nobody said anything negative. Although people have said that they were tired of seeing Colin's face every day, but that's the whole point, and I'm sorry for you. You're going to see his face for a very long time because I'm changing these laws. I'm not going to allow legislators to make laws that they have never had any kind of physical connection to. They've never known what somebody like me is going through. Anyways, moving on. Try to be more positive in the next segments and talk about good things. Okay, so the 24th of August, big deal. We're buying a billboard. We're going to print up flyers. We are having a rally going from Mary Free Bed in Grand Rapids, Michigan to the Lansing State Capitol. My objective with this is to inform people that bullies committing adult crimes are getting away because of their status and their age, which is a bunch of BS. We want to stop bullying. We know we're not going to be able to stop it, but we can slow it down and make it harshly punishable for these adolescents. These people that go out and drive cars and drag people, they need to be dealt with like adults, because they need to be informed by their parents that they cannot do this. And I want to start holding parents accountable for what their adolescents do when they consistently, neglectantly entrust their children to continue doing the same thing. Neglective entrustment means that if your kid's constantly stealing your car all the time and you really don't do anything about it, you entrust them to do it. You empower them to do it. There's no reparations for their actions. So when you constantly let somebody do it, you're saying that it's okay to do it. And that's what happened in this situation, in Colin's situation. So we're going to stop that and hopefully hold the parents accountable when they don't take the time to raise their children, because this is all about raising your children, about being a part of your children's lives. The other thing that we're doing is we're using this as a fundraiser as well. Down in the description below, you're going to find links to all of this stuff, find links to how you can participate. We're looking for members that want to be a part of this movement, that want to stop bullying, that want to stop teenagers from getting away with holding a gun to somebody's face and robbing their cars, but then the prosecutors not having the ability to prosecute them and or incarcerate these young kids. Everybody has a story. You could say that, oh, well, these kids are mentally ill and they deserve very special treatment because their lives are hard. My life was hard. I moved from Dallas, Texas to Grand Rapids, Michigan to Dallas, Texas 8 times before I was 18 years old. My education was limited, the dog ate my false teeth, and I spent about 2 years in a foster home. So don't tell me about how your poor little lives were so terrible that they could not help themselves from dragging a kid for 30 seconds at over 45 miles an hour. My heart does not bleed for them, and I wouldn't bleed for your child's heart if your child was the one who did it. I wouldn't bleed for my own child's heart if he was the one who did it. But you know why my child wouldn't do that? Because I actually raised my children. Like many of you watching this, you spent the time to teach your children right from wrong. The world's not a great place, but you spent your time to tell your kids that the world's not perfect, that not everything is great and cut and dry. So, hopefully, I can get as many of you to join us on the 24th in a rally to Lansing. You don't have to drive from Mary Free Bed to Lansing. We just want you to ride and roll for a reason. We're going to stop this crap. Join us. Please look down in the description for the links to that. God bless you all. Remember, don't be the next to them. Be the absolute first to you. And if anyone else can do it, promise you can do it too.